Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Live Ones. It is Saturday, May 7th, 2022. Happy Derby Day. Thankfully, that big, massive rain that was coming through the Midwest moved on, came up the East Coast, and became a coastal storm that rained out a couple of baseball games last night. Still giving us problems today. A little bit of Mother's Day is probably going to get rained out tomorrow. Going to be a washout, which is a real shame for anybody going out with plans. We got 20 horses at the Derby. Zandon is the early 3-1 favorite and breaks from the number 10 post, which is lucky because it has produced the second most winners over the years with 9. It's going to be a Derby conspicuous by the absence of Bob Baffert, the Hall of Fame trainer, who has a record-tying 6 victories with his horses, banned by Churchill Downs this year and next year after Medina Spirit, last year's winner, flunked a post-race drug test. So it's going to be an interesting, wide-open field. I don't really handicap horses. I know people that do. Everybody's going to watch it, obviously. Post time is at 6:57. Veteran umpire Dan Bellino has been formally disciplined and issued an apology after he ejected Madison Bumgarner in the first inning of Wednesday's game against the Marlins. And I just have to say, about friggin' time. If you saw that video, there was absolutely no excuse for it. Bumgarner's a temperamental guy, yes, but I mean, he was arguing balls and strikes while he was on the mound. It was really nothing, not really a big deal. But he came over, got his hand checked for the sticky tack, and the umpire's not even looking down at his hands. Bellino's not even looking down at his hands; he's just staring daggers straight into Bumgarner, trying to provoke a reaction so that he can throw him out, and that's exactly what happened. Another umpire with a superiority complex going into business for himself. He went into the job because he liked to lord authority over people, just filling a void of feeling useless because deep down he knows there's nothing at all special about him. And because he's in the union, he can't be touched no matter what he does. Great work if you can get it. We went 3-4 with yesterday's picks. We're 14-9 for the week, up 4 units for the week. We got a lot going on in the early afternoon right now, but we're going to focus on what's happening this evening. We've got NBA, NHL, and baseball to go over. Let's get to it, and we're going to start with that great NBA playoff series, the Bucks and the Celtics. We played and hit the Bucks team total under in Game 1 and Game 2, and we're going to go right back to the well for Game 3. Milwaukee's offense just continues to be a slog without Chris Middleton, and of course the Celtics defense continues to be an absolute beast. The Celtics shooting has been really inconsistent. It's hard to predict what they're going to do on offense, and therefore hard to predict spreads or game totals in this series. But the Bucks' low scoring has been a pretty reliable trend. We're going back to it today. Take the Bucks team total under 107.5. And the other NBA playoff game happening today, Warriors and Grizzlies. Memphis spent Game 2 laying to rest any doubts that they'd at least be able to keep this series competitive with a shocking 106-101 victory. Ja Morant was at the center of the action, of course, posting a 47-point triple-double. When a team knows that you're the guy that needs to be singled out on defense and they game plan for it, and you still manage to ball out like that, it's a pretty good sign that you're going to be able to thrive in the face of any adjustments that team might make afterwards. You can't game plan for this guy. The series is back in Memphis for Game 3. Golden State has been an underwhelming team all year going on the road after a loss. They're 6-9 straight up and against the spread in this spot. I think this line of 7 is just way too big in this spot. I don't know what Memphis wins outright, but I think that they keep it close and competitive. So give me Memphis as the dogs plus 7. Over to hockey, Predators and Avalanche. You wouldn't guess it with the series being 2-0 in favor of the Avalanche, but there's a good argument to be made that the Predators have the momentum coming into this afternoon. Nashville had a solid defensive effort against one of the most overwhelming offensive teams in hockey in Game 2, holding the Avs to 1 goal in regulation and forcing an overtime. Now the series comes back to Nashville, and if you don't know, Colorado has been a completely different team offensively on the road. They average almost a full goal less when they're playing on the road. Connor Ingram appears to make the 5th start of his career for the Predators, but he's been sensational ever since he stepped in between the pipes, stopping 95% of shots through 2 games. I like the Predators to keep this one close, maybe even steal a win here today to avoid the sweep. Give me Nashville on the reverse puck line, plus 1.5 goals. Over to the Rangers and the Penguins. After losing a 4-3 triple overtime heartbreaker to open the series, the Rangers rebounded nicely with a 5-2 win in Game 2 on Thursday. Igor Shesterkin has been an absolute tank in goal, stopping 108 shots between the first 2 games. Look, this guy has been worked like crazy. The Penguins have been probing him for his weak points. Eventually, he's going to break, and I think it's going to be tonight when the series shifts back to Pittsburgh. The Penguins are not just controlling 71% of high-danger scoring chances at 5-on-5 in this series. Their 47 high-danger chances created through just 2 games are nearly twice as many as the next best playoff team. the Avalanche. Something's got to give for the Rangers on defense. Something's got to give for them in goal. Shesterkin just can't be a brick wall forever. If you believe that a team can break through if it keeps playing the right way, then there's an opening for Pittsburgh to retake the series lead tonight. You're getting a great money line price on the Penguins at the home dog at plus 105. Just go ahead and take them on the money line. Over to baseball, a lot of games are happening in the early afternoon, so it's too late to have any action on them right now. But one of the games that I like today that's happening later is the Phillies and the Mets. Philadelphia is seeing Max Scherzer for the third time this season, just 1 month into the season, and I think the sense of familiarity should result in another high-scoring affair. They've had 2 starts against him, and the Mets and Phillies in both have combined for 15 or more runs in both games. Kyle Gibson is on the mound for the Phillies. He's been rock solid to start the season ERA-wise, but he pitches to contact a lot. This is a ground ball, fly ball guy, not a strikeout guy, and he's been struggling with his walks. Now he's getting a red-hot and confident Mets offense that has already seen him once before. Mets are coming off a huge momentum builder with that just really, really horrific 6-run deficit that they overcame in the 9th inning this past Thursday. That was just unbelievable to watch when it happened. The Mets should get to Kyle Gibson. This total's just way too low at 7. It's only 7 because Scherzer's on the mound, frankly. Give me the Mets and the Phillies over 7. That is my 5th and final play for the day. Everyone bet safe, stay safe. Follow us on Twitter at Live1Sports. Check us out on Roku and Fire TV at the Live Ones. Have yourselves a great Saturday. Enjoy the Derby, and I will see you next time.